Hi everyone, set back up now in the darkness. I've moved to Dover, so I'm on Shakespeare Beach. I was hoping for a bit more clarity in the water to maybe have a go at some squid. The wind's coming from the north, so the sea is relatively calm, still like it was earlier. If I put in that earlier footage, you'll see it. But there's not too much clarity at the moment. It's on the low tide though, so I'm hoping as the tide comes in, the water clarity will improve and it'll actually get clearer. Anyway, let's grab the camera here. So, pretty much exactly the same setup as earlier. Continental rod with a fluoro pulley pennal on the end. Only difference is this time I'll put a bit of my squid on there. And same 2 up 1 down rig, loaded up with half a frozen black luckworm per hook on a 13 footer. So we'll get these out there and we'll see what happens. There's a couple other people on the beach. You can see one set of people down there, and there's a tent. I think you can just about see the light there up that way. So only a couple of anglers on the beach tonight. Anyway, let's get some bait out there and see what's biting. It's not taking long at all, and I'm pretty sure we have a customer on the 13 footer there on the worms. So slight bouncing on a rod tip. But there's 3 hooks there, so we'll leave it to soak, give it some time. Hopefully pick up a full rig of fish. It's pretty cold tonight with them northern winds. Bit of rain and whatnot, which you can probably see through the lens. But it's not too bad right now. I've just got a tent set up there beyond my box. So even if it does have a little rain, it shouldn't be too bad for me. And so we find some species tonight. Anyway, shop of tea I think. Here we go gang, first reeling on the worm rod. We have one pretty decent sized white in there. And we have a nice little one down here. Now this guy's probably about the perfect size for a live bait. So I might keep him for just that purpose. I'll deal with these guys, they're probably reeling the conti straight away, see what's going on with that as well. Here we go, second customer of the night. Small dogfish, who handily let himself off the hook just as I pinged him up on the shingle. Lovely stuff. Getting a pretty strong bite on the 13 footer again. We've got both rods on now. I might get them both in and then retreat because the sea is getting pretty near me. There's only about 20 feet between me and the stand. Here we go, it's a better light. Yeah, it's getting close. That'll be nice because when I retreat I'll be up closer to my tent anyway, so it's not a bad thing. Water's still pretty murky, so I haven't bothered to set up the lure rod yet. Not quite sure what these guys to the right of me are up to though. They seem to have stood down by the shoreline the entire time. Kind of looks like they might be luring. Maybe I'll take a wander over and say hello in a bit. Anyway, let's get these in and find out what's going on with them. Here we go, full string of whiting on the worm rod. Not the biggest whiting. They're not small enough to live bait, but at least we're catching. Now these fish are abundant. As I'm sure many of you anglers may know, this is the biggest one at the bottom here. Anyway, we'll get them off and get them all back. And another dogfish to the conti rod. Does this one let himself off as well? They keep letting themselves off on the beach, which is quite handy. Don't actually have to use my de-hooking tool. I like that, self-release dogfish. Come here you. Back in the sea for you I reckon. And here in a gentle plop. Oh, happy days-ish. Still longing to find some other species other than these two. What do you reckon? Send that bait back out again? I might do. Let's get the tripod moved back though, before the sea becomes a problem. Just going to move it up there by my tent and we'll come back. Right, so I've stuck with the same 2 up 1 down rig, but this time I've got a squid tentacle, cut it up and slid it on like a worm. There's a bit of worm left over from the last cast. Put half of me last black lug on here and tipped it with a bit of squid tentacle, and the top one is just straight black lug. So no more worms after this cast. That's alright, I might switch to live baiting or just putting some big baits out at a different sort of range than the other rod. Trying to cover a few bases. Anyway, let's get this bait out there. I think I'll stick with the same bait that I used last time on the conti rod. We'll see what happens. Alright everyone, mission achieved on getting past the whiting. I believe that's either a small dab or a place. I'm thinking more place. Maybe one of you lovely people can tell me, eh? Get a good view on him. Bring him back a bit. Hold him this way. Oh, you've had a good look. And we also caught another little pin whiting as well. It's not a bad reeling. Anyway, both of them are small, so back home they go. But happy days on getting past something other than a dogfish or a whiting. Ooh, sharp stone in me neither. Yep, happy days. Alright, this little fellow was acting rather lively, so I've live baited him using a running ledger pennal. I've got the bottom hook down by the belly cavity there, and a top hook coming out through his nose. Just going to plop him a few feet out off the shore, and hopefully a bass comes and gets him. Right, I've plopped that live bait only a few feet out. Then really important, back off your drag, so that if a big fish does come and take it, it'll take line, not your rod. I'm pretty sure we've got someone on the continental rod, so I'm going to give that a reel in, find out what's going on. I definitely had something on there, but I dropped it almost immediately, and that's what's come back. An absolutely trash rig. No good. Wasn't what I was aiming for on that big old bait, but we got another whiting. Struggling to get past them tonight. Them and the dogfish, or the usual suspects as I call them. Anyway, we'll get this guy back. Oh, it's got to that time again. No matter how big the bait or how big the hooks, whiting. So I think I'll stick one more bait out there, probably a squid head, which will hopefully put the whiting off a bit. Give that a go, but don't think I'm going to get past them again tonight. Anyway, we'll have one more go. Alright, last ditch attempt to try and scare off the whiting. Put a whole squid head on there, and I've left one of his attacking tentacles. Hopefully they'll be a bit scared of him and not take it, and leave it for something bigger like a conger or a ray. But he's all clipped up and ready to go, so I reckon this will be the last cast. I'll send him out there. Right, the squid head only worked enough to scare the whiting away to get a dogfish, so that's pretty much the story of tonight. I don't think I'll cast out again, as you guys can probably see. The weather is not very nice out here, and I'm starting to get cold, so I'm going to call it a night. Hopefully be back out again soon. Maybe a daytime fish in a rocky place, hopefully. Got some plans, and hopefully be out on a boat in January doing some wreck fishing with the lures. So very excited about that. Anyway, going to get this dogfish back. I'm going to get packed up. I'm going to head home. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you again soon.